But does the enhanced human, half man, half machine, have much of a future other than in the movies and science fiction? An influential American study, Converging Technologies for Improving Human Performance, suggests that it might. Nanofuturists also point towards recent advances that suggest that science is coming closer to connecting our nervous system to electronic devices, like Smart Hand.
Index finger and back.
Smart Hand is a robotized hand designed to give increased mobility to amputees. Not only can the recipient directly control movement, as with a normal limb, but thanks to sensors inserted into the fingers, the robotized hand is able to send back a feeling of pressure to the brain.
I have to use some muscles which I haven't activated for years, and that's very hard. But if you're able to control a movement, it's great. I have a feeling that I haven't had for a long time. Now I'm getting sensation back. When I grab something tightly, then I can feel it in my fingertips, which is strange since I don't have them anymore. It's fantastic.
Smart Hand is an extraordinary achievement, but it's still the brain that is doing the work. Small devices placed on the skin of the patient's arm stump relay the pressure recorded by the sensors in the hand. The patient's brain then assimilates the message, a phenomenon that amputees often experience, and Professor Lundborg has long studied, the phenomenon of the phantom limb.
With this principle, by stimulating the phantom hand map, you can really give an illusion of a true sensation. You don't have to interfere with the brain or the spinal cord or the peripheral nerves. Perhaps you can one day get the artificial sensibility from a hand prosthesis directly into the right parts of the brain to have the perception of tactile stimuli in the hand. There are a lot of research going on in this area, but it's more of a science fiction thing today.
Building connections between brain and machine continues to fascinate, and nanotechnology will likely play a significant role. But to many researchers, there are more immediate and rewarding challenges.
Enhancements. That's sort of not the goal of this research or my research. We just want to improve patient quality of life. It's really to bring back what it used to be, the perfect tissue. I don't know what would be better than having a perfect tissue, actually.
Advocates believe the science balances a new understanding of the nano dimension with discoveries in other disciplines. It's especially relevant, they say, as the scale reflects the most fundamental processes of life.
As science has progressed, we have learned about all the processes that keep us alive, and we know it in a level of detail that makes it possible now for scientists that work in chemistry and in physics and in engineering disciplines to emulate those processes with synthetic structures.
The Nano Revolution promises less invasive, more preventive, personalized medicine. But right now, it's a revolution that is little known beyond the lab and big business, and its future is difficult to predict.
People contemplated this magic bullet or targeted delivery almost over 100 years ago, but you know, with nanotechnology, we are beginning to realize that in a very significant and substantial way today. In the next, say, 5 or 10 or 15 years, what we're going to see is much better systems in the context of drugs and imaging and diagnostics than we have today. The longer-term sequelae of this impact, I would be curious to see myself what happens in 40 or 50 years from now.
The spread of these approaches could be very fast and could be all the more pervasive because of their apparent simplicity.
And I think the thing that probably struck me the most about nanoparticle technology in a product is we can make a 2-year supply of nanoparticles in a coffee cup. So it's a much smaller scale operation. It's almost as if the manufacturing operation itself comes down to the scale of the underlying technology.
These are technologies that are not based upon expensive components. In fact, it's the know-how to build them that's important. As that type of technology matures, as we get more and more advances, the competition will begin to drive the prices down, and you'll see then an explosion in terms of the dispersion of these types of technologies all over the world.
Nanoscience has caught the imagination of many in the medical community, matched only by the enthusiasm of investors. Such backing comes at a price. Much of the new research is patented. As a science, it promises much. But is there a will to share its wonders, its promise of universal and low-cost access? That would be a true revolution.